Well, I want to do a little fish pond update video. So you see the new fish pond. You're going to get an idea of it right there. Coming in, that project is moving right along. And that's side work. If they don't know what to be doing, come over here and dig. It's a tagged pigeon right there. It's got a tag on its leg. Belongs to the neighbors, I think, right here. I think it's wanting to try to get that feed floating on the water. I really don't think it's after the fish. But I noticed something had been making them jittery here. You want to see how the fish are growing. Man, are they growing. Look at that. One end of the pond to the other. I've got the filter off right now. And I turn it off when I'm feeding them too. They seem to come up and feed better without that pump going and that water stirred up. And I'm still feeding them papaya, and I'm pulling those leaves out before they decay too much. I leave them in there for a while, a few days, let them eat on them, and then I pull the rest out before it turns into like a decaying matter. So that's been going pretty good. Man, I'm really pleased with these fish. I'm really pleased with the filter up over here as well. And the filter right now, I back flush it. I've back flushed it maybe about 3 or 4 times now, which has really cleaned this water up a lot. As you can see, the clarity is really pretty darn good, you know. It's actually pretty clear, has no smell. That filter keeps all the smell out. The guys here, they were really impressed with it, how it removed all the odor. And these fish are doing so well. And they're only on the top right now because I'm feeding, and they're going around nibbling at all of that. Normally, they're staying down low in this tank, and that tells me that the oxygen levels are really good in it then. Because sometimes I'll come out here if that pump's going, and you won't even be able to see a fish anywhere at the surface. You'll almost think they're gone. I'll turn the pump off and let the water rest and throw some feed. They'll all start coming to the top. They're kind of staying away from me right now. There's a big group of them all gathered up over there eating right now. got me a little elbow set up here as a diverter to put right there on that pipe coming out, and I'll show you why. So this pipe coming out, I'm gonna divert the water out over to one side. See if I can get this to slide on there. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that's long enough, we'll see. And I'm gonna back flush this, because down in the bottom in here, where you got all your big stone, you got your charcoal, so we'll start at the bottom. You got your big stone, and then you got a screen, you got small gravel, then I've got charcoal, then I've got small gravel again, then I got another screen, and then I've got sand. All this bottom in here has grabbed up all this muck out of the water, and we take this cap off here and we back flush it. That's why you see it wet down here. But after a while, it gets all that algae and slime and all that's caught down in that bottom, and it's all on your stones and everything. Now you need to clean that. So it's either remove everything out of the barrel, which is a lot of work, or just kill it there on spot. So how you're gonna kill it on spot is pour bleach in it. You do not want that bleach to get in your water or your pond. No way. But bleach does dissipate away, and once it dissipates away, it's safe again. So right now, I'm gonna open up this drain. I'm gonna back flush it out, and it's got bleach in there right now, Clorox. That's been in there for a day now. I'm gonna back flush that. I'm gonna pump it up until it's full, and just to be sure that no mistake and no water runs out over into my pond, I diverted it out over to the side. And when it gets up here, I'm gonna open it up and back flush it again. I'll probably pull the hose and wash down through the top of the sand, making it come back down as well. So let's do this. So I've got the hose pulled out of the center right now. You see that water looks pretty clear. So I want this to settle down and wash down. And that way we can push all of that Clorox water and algae and everything, make it flush down fast and hard out of all of this. So this is just straight pond water that I'm pumping in here right now. And before it gets up here to this overflow, then I'll stop it and we'll back flush it out down the bottom down here. And really stir it up in that sand. Make that sand loosen up and out through that stone. I can see that's working because I saw the water kind of drop after I broke the surface on that sand. It's probably getting kind of thick and matted. You shouldn't have to go in here and unpack this and repack it all the time. Now that'll turn into a lot of work. I can look in that pipe in here and I see that the water level's lower than what it is up here on top, and that tells me that see, there's a lot of air coming through now. It tells me that it's still trying to equalize. See all the air boiling up. Alright, so it's to the point now, it's coming out the side, it's not going in my pond. I'm going to stick this down in the middle here, and we're going to open this up down here and flush it out. We'll lose a little water out of the pond, but you need to do a water exchange anyway sometimes. So I'll top the pond off with fresh water out of the cistern. So here it goes. Woo! Yeah. And I could have caught that water and used it elsewhere. But right now we're not set up for all that. So I just let it roll. Back flush this. Now you see that water there is pretty green. Unlike the water coming out of that water hose. And that's your dirty stuff coming out right there. And I can smell it too. You can smell that coming out of the bottom. Got a stench to it. And that's where the filter is doing its job. I want to take this hose again, flush around up here in the top, let it settle back down through the sand, clean all that out good. I was going to put a turn valve on this, but with the children around, I'm afraid somebody would just come along and turn it, and they would not only dump the filter, but it would pump all the water out of my pond. So for now, till we get a fence built around this, after we complete this area, it's just going to keep a valve that requires a wrench to get it loose. Alright, so now I have the hose back in here and it's filling back up, but I've broke all this algae loose everywhere in the sand and all, so I don't want it to pump right back into the pond either. So what I'm going to do at this point in time, I'm letting it fill up here, and I can see it's pretty green, and that's going to be where I'm flushing this out still, and I've broke everything loose. I'm going to let it go off the side, and once I see it start running clear, well then I'll pull my diverter off right there and let it go back into the pond. You know, it's just a nice hobby thing if you're living here. Something to do. You can come out here and manage this yourself. It's enjoyable. You can show a couple people how to do it with you, and if there's days you can't be around or times you're going to be gone, you got others you can count on to manage this and know your system. And so it's real simple, and it's simple things they understand. So it's just stuff made out of local leftovers and secondhand stuff and natural stone and charcoal. So I like it. I think it's a pretty good little way to do it, and it's economical. So there it goes, just about to start pouring out. And this will be the dirty stuff coming in first. So I want to let it pour on out of here. And the bottom of that over there is just sand. So right now where I'm diverting it, where the new pond's going to be, this all get moved later. This just soak right into the ground. Stir some of that up, make sure that get everything up out of that sand. So give her a good cleaning. So you talk about, won't you just do aquaponics, you know? Y'all gotta slow down sometimes. I have actually bought stuff to do that, but we're not ready for it. If we build all that right now while we're still expanding these ponds, man, I'm just gonna be working circles around myself, and I'm gonna taking stuff back down and redoing it again, and I don't want to do all that mayhem. So I'm a person, I can pace myself, And right now, this is all I need. And all that other will come in due time when the house is completed. All right, well, this is looking pretty good now. It's really got that stuff that was there in the water out. The water's looking pretty clear. So, I mean, it ain't drinking water quality, but you know what I mean. It's fish quality. Pretty good. Y'all tell me what you think and what you think about how the fish are doing. And we'll see you on the next one.